Views, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester. And Matthew, what are you wearing today?
Hey, it was pretty chilly out this morning.
I guess so. Holy smokes. You got the winter garb going here. Well, yeah, you do have a pretty good reason, especially if you were up north.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time, this was the coldest morning that we have had in the state of Michigan for the most part since way back last, maybe March, first part of April. Last time we had temperatures this chilly. Right now, though, what do we have on the thermometer? We're trying to warm up here a little bit.
Well, over at the airport, it's mostly sunny at 61. Down in Midland, it's sunny at 60. Here at Radio Center, it's sunny at 61. We have northwest winds at 3 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.11, and it's rising.
Now, south of us, it was chilly. Matter of fact, here at Radio Center, we started the morning off at 43. White Lake down by Brighton in that area, it was 42. Bad Axe had 42. Caro looking at 44. Bishop Airport and Flint, 44. Lapeer, 41. Midland started the morning off at 40 degrees. Then, Oil City over in Midland County, 40 degrees. Frankenmuth had 43. Vassar had 42. Caro, 44. Durand and Owasso, 44 degrees. Lapeer at 42. Richmond, now we're talking Macomb County here, 43. Saline down in Washtenaw County started off at 45. Lenawee County's Tipton, 44 for an overnight low. Then we start to move our way a little bit further north. There isn't ice on Houghton Lake yet, but if these temperatures continue, it will. 33 this morning in Houghton Lake. And Pellston, 33 degrees also. Gaylord started off at 36. Atlanta at 35. Cadillac, 37. East Jordan, 37. East Tawas, 39. Engadine at 31. Fife Lake at 36. Kalkaska started the morning off at 32. Mayo at 33. Petoskey, 38. Sault Ste. Marie, 38. Standish, you couldn't quite make it, 40 degrees. That's all the chillier it got there. Traverse City at 45. And then we move up to Newberry, 34. Sheboygan, 36. Rogers City, 43. Harbor Springs, 39. Bel-Air, 37. Frankfort, 38. Manistee, 33. Cadillac, 32. Oscoda, 43. Ludington, 39. And Big Rapids, 37. So really, it didn't make any difference if you were east side, west side. It was cold. It was just downright cold. And we had that north breeze to contend with. It was pretty chilly yesterday afternoon.
Now, I don't know about you, but it seems like every single time it transitions from summer to fall, it always hits me like a brick. Like I'm never ready for the colder weather to come.
No, you're right. And a lot of folks echo the same because the cold and flu season seems to grab some people a little bit quicker than others. And all it takes is a cold morning like this morning, and you're all stuffed up and kind of feel like you should crawl back in bed somewhere. But it's going to be chilly for at least another day, although tonight, now we're only going to drop down to 55, but we're going to have cloud cover. And that's the main reason why last night it was so cold. We had that high pressure system right over the state, and it just calmed things right down, opened up the atmosphere, and just let that cold air come rolling right in. Mostly sunny skies for the remainder of the day today, 70 degrees for a high. As I said, the clouds will be moving in tonight, 55. There will be a chance of a real spotty shower, isolated, light, maybe glorified drizzle is probably the best way to describe it. But I think that's going to happen the southern half of the Lower Peninsula And really, I don't think much of the Great Lakes Bay area is going to be hit by any of it. Michigan's thumb, I think, is going to escape it. And northern Michigan isn't going to see much in the way of precipitation either. If there is going to be any cells, it appears right now as though it's going to be cutting across from, let's say, Ludington, Muskegon, Grand Rapids, and then looping down along 69 and then off to the east. That south is going to be the best chance of seeing any shower activity, and that will be tomorrow. We'll warm up tomorrow, 74, which is above average for this time of the year. That spotty shower activity is going to be around, I think, into the early evening hours tomorrow night. That's what it looks like right now. Cloud cover, though, is going to dominate. 56 for a low after that high of 74. Then on Thursday, we'll crack the 80-degree mark. Clouds, spotty, light showers early in the morning. And again, the best chance of that happening will be in the southern third and very possibly inching its way up into southern Saginaw County. But that's going to be about it. Friday, sunshine, 78. Saturday, sunshine, 78. Sunday, well, a few more clouds around, and then clouds will be increasing like Sunday night. 72 for a high on Sunday, 55 for a low. Then on Monday, we'll hit the 70-degree mark. There will be some clouds, and there will be a chance of some showers around. Long-range outlook to take us all the way into the first 2 days of October. We're going to continue to be above average on those temperatures now and at or slightly below normal as far as the moisture goes. So we're not going to have to contend with any major systems moving through. If we do get any precipitation, it might be 1/10 of an inch here and there, and that's going to be about it. The record high in this state is 90. That was set back in 1948. The record low, 33, set in 1901, tied in 1916, and then tied again in 1979. A year ago today, 78 was our high, 59 was our low. Sun will set this evening at 7:40, rise tomorrow morning at 7:21. Warmest ever, September the 19th, back in 1965. 88 was our high, 68 was our low. The coldest, 19th of September, 1979. As you can tell, we had a record low then, 33. Our high temperature on that date was only 59 degrees. And the most precipitation on this date back in 1988, we had just under 1.6 inches of precipitation. So, little taste of fall, but everything seems to be still behind schedule, Matthew, including the color tours. It does appear as though a lot of folks are going to be safer, I think, looking at and planning color probably the first full weekend of the month of October. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, who do we have?
Up next, we have Rick Hollister from the Andersons and Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. They've got the Farm All tractor ready for you, Mr. Farmer, Mr. Homeowner, anybody that needs to get some work done outside and needs a little bit more than just that handy-dandy little lawn and garden tractor. The Farmall tractor has a horsepower range from 35 to 140, and it can handle just about any job that you would need. Getting the job done starts with choosing the right Farmall tractor, and that's why Weiss Equipment has got them. You'll find the value-packed Farmall Compact A series all the way up to the deluxe compact Farmall C and C series with cabs. The tractor does it all, so no matter what you're doing, Can Do comes in red, and it's called Farmall. Find out more by stopping by Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. We say good morning to Rick Hollister over at the Andersons. And Rick, the crop progress reports came out. Did they influence the markets at all?
Maybe a little bit. Really, the condition of the crop, the ratings, good to excellent, pretty much have settled in and don't change much now as the crop, moves towards maturity and getting ready to harvest. So, actually, the ratings were pretty unchanged for corn and soybeans nationally last night. Interesting to note, the crop condition report also is accompanied by the crop progress report, and we did show corn harvest across the U.S. at 9% complete compared to 7% done is the 5-year average. So, those folks down in the Delta states and Louisiana and across into the Southeast and the Carolinas got some corn harvest going by now. So not a lot in the Midwest. Don't see much progress yet, but it's early. It's September. But we'll be continuing to watch those and see how that progresses as we go along here and get into this harvest and ramp it up. We are really interested to see the first yield estimates come out of actual harvest activity. So that's the market is just kind of laying back, waiting to see, I think, how that comes out. Futures were lower yesterday sharply in soybeans, sharply lower in wheat. Corn was down 4, 5, 6 most of the day. Corn's back up 3 today. Beans are only down a couple more. Wheat's back up a penny. So getting pretty quiet. Yesterday's trade in corn, we kind of punched into new lows since we made the big lows back in August, and we rallied out here into early September. We've drifted back now, and actually yesterday's low and today's low on corn is below the August lows. So we keep dipping our toe into that lower trade to see who's there, who wants to buy it, and see if maybe we need to be lower price to stimulate some demand for this fall, which it's been really quiet lately. So I think everybody's just kind of sitting back, looking at each other and playing a little poker face here for a bit till we get further on into harvest. And we know folks need to buy some new crop grain and get elevators filled up and get feed plants filled up. It's just who needs, before we get going and harvest, who needs that last bit of old crop or not. And the demand for export is still pretty weak. We haven't seen a lot of good activity lately, so it just lets the markets continue to drift lower. Even some of the outside markets trying to help us. Crude oil is up another $1 today, trading over $90 pretty consistently now. The West Texas crude that usually helps soybean oil markets, and it just hasn't here the last couple of weeks. Malaysian palm oil continues to struggle lower, and that has not helped soybean oil for the last few weeks. So just playing a waiting game, Terry.
I was taking a look at the crop progress here in Michigan, and the one thing that jumped right out at me, and we've been talking about it, you've been talking about it too, the base 50 growing degrees just not there this year compared to where we should be. And I'm looking at mature corn, according to this latest report, at 19%. The 5-year average is 25.
Yeah, well behind, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
And dented, even the dented, last year we were at 79%. Right now we're at 71. The 5-year average is 73. So it's just not happening. But again, soybeans dropping leaves, 33%, according to this report.
Mm-hmm.
The 5-year average is 48%, and last year we were at 51% of soys
well
dropping
behind
leaves.
well behind, and the beans are maturing, and but we have just such a huge variance of when the beans emerged. Go clear back to the springtime, and boy, I was all the way down through southern Michigan, northeast Indiana over the weekend, Terry, and there's bean fields all the way down through that are 40, 50, 60, 80% drop leaf, and the very next field is just green as grass. So real inconsistent maturing this year, and I think you just go back to the lack of the heat units to bring the crop up to more of an even keel. And I think the emergent struggles that we had, not necessarily planting, but the emergent struggles we had last spring, were still being evident out there as we go along. Now, if we get a few more cold nights and dip another 6 or 8 or 10 degrees colder, it'll even things up in a hurry, won't it?
Yeah, it sure will, but that's not in the forecast right now. What's going on the board?
We're at Hemlock right now for September old crop corn, a little premium yet. We're $4.55. New crop corn for fall delivery, $4 even. January at $4.44. Soybeans for September at $12.41. That is also our new crop price. So the old crop, new crop beans have come together now, $12.41. January at $12.92. Red wheat at $4.80. White wheat at $5.45.
You take care. Have a great day, Rick.
All right. Yep. Terry, you too.
Okay. Thanks. Talk to you again. Rick Hollister over at the Andersons. Over to Oppenheimer we go with Doug Klein. The market report brought to you by Freeland Bean and Grain. Soil health, that's what it's all about. Getting things ready if you want to put some wheat in. And obviously down the road here, getting things ready for next year. It all starts by getting a hold of Vic Hupfer, the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. He's a certified crop advisor, and he's got answers to some of the questions you might have. Freeland Bean and Grain, serving you since 1983, where serving you is their business. And by the folks at Steiner Tractor, new parts or old tractors made easy. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Doug Klein, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
We're just rocking and rolling on another chilly morning.
It was nice. Had to wear a coat this morning to get out and feed the horses. So that's a new thing. I haven't worn a coat.
Didn't see your breath though yet, did you? Nope.
Oh boy. Well, crude oil cleared 92 this morning. Some articles said that was close to a 10-year high or exceeded a 10-year high. I thought, I don't know if that's true, but it's awful disturbing if you ask me. The dollar stays above 105. That's difficult. Not really falling, so I don't know, leveled off, I suppose. I don't know, grain trade has kind of leveled off. At least the short sellers have done their thing. John Deere is getting bashed today, down about almost $10 at 401. So I don't know what happened there. It had nothing to do with earnings, so I imagine somebody just decided to unload a piece or two of that. What else is going on? Natural gas up about 4% today. I suppose that's because it was chilly this morning. I don't know.
Well, sure.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's cold. I think I'll go buy natural gas and run the markets up. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's the sum of it. Let me give you some numbers. The December corn, 474.5, up 3 cents. The March corn is 488.5, up 2 3/4. November soybeans, 1314.25, down 2 1/2. Also, the March soybeans, 1341, down 2 1/2. December wheat is 590, down 1 1/4, and March wheat is 616.5, down 1/4 of a penny. So the crude oil is 91.59, that's up $1.01. Heating oil is 328.61, up 6 cents. Gasoline is 261.5, down 2 1/2 cents. Natural gas 283.9, that's up 11 1/4 cents. I'm over to currencies. Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3427 at the border. That's down 58 ticks. The dollar buys 147.79 yen. That's up 19 ticks. The euro's at 106.79, down 11 ticks. The dollar's at 105.12, down 8 ticks. Gold is at 1935.20, unchanged. Silver's 23.40, down 10 cents. And platinum's at 948.40, up $10.10.
You have a great day, Doug.
Thank you. You too.
We'll talk to you again. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. After the break, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Jerry Samolsky from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center.
And we'll be right back.
Want and need. You need a tractor. You'll want a John Deere compact tractor from Hudson. You need a compact tractor for maintaining lawns, gardens, small acreage. You'll want one because it's packed with features like a powerful engine, four-wheel drive, and power steering. And right now at Hudson, get financing as low as 0% for 84 months on select models. And an implement bonus up to $400 and a 6-year warranty. Offer ends October 27th. Some restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. A John Deere compact tractor. It's what you want and need. HudsonInc.com.
Before it's too late and white mold becomes a problem, you need to ask your seed dealer for Heads Up seed treatment. When raising soybeans in the Midwest, you know the risk of being caught unprepared. As heard on Ag PhD, there are several steps you can take prior to planting for a successful management plan against white mold. Compatible and cost-effective season-long protection starts now by asking your seed dealer to apply Heads Up to your bean seed order. For more information, visit headsupst.com.
Soil prep for next year begins as soon as the harvest is over. Don't miss out on nutrients you can return to your soil. Applying one of Dairy Dew's compost blends or layer manure accelerates the conversion of crop stubble into next year's plant food. That remaining plant material is full of nutrients that you want to return to the soil.
Dairy Dew's compost blends like Layer Ash Blend with Gypsum and Gypsum Plus not only help with releasing nutrients from your crop stubble, they also add beneficial biology and other missing minerals to your soil. Or go with an order of straight layer manure, an economical choice that still offers calcium and sulfur.
Improve your soil health for next year right now with a call to Morgan Composting. Crops don't wait. The seasons don't wait. You shouldn't wait. Address soil health this fall for better yields next year.
Not sure which is the best Dairy Dew product for your fields? Contact a soil health expert at Morgan Composting for a consultation. Call today or visit dairydew.com to learn more.
Healthy plants come from healthy soil. Healthy soil comes from Dairy Dew.
Along with us, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Little touch of fall out there, Jerry.
Sure is, Terry, and it's coming this Saturday. We'll have it for sure by the calendar, but the weather's kind of telling us it is. Grass is just growing great right now, and so we get a lot of questions about a lot of things, and one is overseeding. And, you know, there just really isn't a good reason to overseed. If you got some bare ground, yes, scratch it up, get some seed soil contact. But to drop grass seed over your lawn and expect it's going to do much of anything, it just isn't. It's, you know, farmers know we need seed soil contact. Homeowners kind of need to understand that as well. And if they talk about aerating and opening up some holes, again, out of a pound of grass seed, there's somewhere between 2 million and, you know, a couple 100,000 seeds per pound. How many of those seeds are going to fall in those aerated holes and then that germinate? So you'd be better spending your money instead of overseeding and fertilizing. Typically, I'd say a little more watering, but we're pretty good there right now. But just keeping the grass healthy in any way you can.
Sounds good.
So let's save our energy in overseeding and put it to other places better spent.
I agree with you 100%. Jerry, talk to you tomorrow. All righty. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Let's find out what's going on in New York right now. Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. Steve, what's happening?
Well, we got some red going for us today. Got the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 262 points, putting it at 34,363, volume being 237 million shares. NASDAQ's down 112 at 13,598, volume 328 million shares. Stocks of local interest, Caterpillar 279.73, down 121. Deere 401.04, down 980. Excuse me. CMS 56.97, down 4. Dow 52.63, down 76. DuPont 74.36, down 43. Corteva 52.55, down 68. GM 33.82, up 48. Rinzio 8.70, down 2. Walmart 162.68, down 74. Huntington Bank 10.53, down 6. Independent Bank 18.21, down 12, and AT&T is up a nickel at 15.14.
You have a great day, Steve. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Sounds great to me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. We'll be right back.
spot less. Introducing the cleanup for tar spot, gray leaf spot, southern rust, and more. Novel next generation Adastrio fungicide broadens your spectrum and strengthens your residual when it comes to foliar disease control in corn. Visit your FMC retailer or adastrio.ag.fmc.com to clean up this season. Follow 2EE for tar spot management in corn. Valid until 1/31/28. Always read and follow all label directions.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. At the UN General Assembly, President Biden called on the world body to stop Russia's